Facebook? What's going on YouTube? This is Jarrell, one part of the Deep Third. Uh, Listen, we come to y'all every Friday. Put it this way, we come to y'all every week, 9 p.m. in your screen. Um, I just want to say, hey, y'all, Super Bowl, baby. We got Super Bowl in a couple of days, but welcome to the Deep Third podcast. My name is Jarrell. My other two boys going to introduce themselves as we always do each week. We appreciate anybody who comes on here live. If you guys catch it after the show, please leave a comment. We greatly appreciate if you go from here over to our YouTube page, like and subscribe. We're trying to do big things on here, man. So without further ado, Dante, I'll throw it to you before it goes to Fabe and comes back to me for this hot take on Pittsburgh.
Yo, man, what's going on? It's DP. Man, get ready for a good show.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Fabe here. So, got a very exciting show for you guys, talking a lot about football this week. And also, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button on YouTube and all this stuff. And make sure you tell somebody about this, man. We try to bring content to you guys every week. And also, make sure you guys stick around for the last 10-15 minutes of the show as we have a segment for you guys called Deep Thought. And on this part of the show, or on that part of the show, it's where we take your guys' questions, comments, any hot take that you guys might have, and we give you our deep thought. All right, Mr. Sir Fresh, on to you, Chief.
All right, man. Listen. So I'm just sitting back today and, looking at some stocks go up and down and listening to a little bit of sports radio. And then I hear the craziest thing. So it's not really baseball season yet, but I'm going to talk about baseball real quick. My man Trevor Bauer, pitcher, just signed with the LA Dodgers. He was supposed to go to the Yankees, gave him a deadline. He's like, I ain't playing with y'all with these deadlines. I'm going to go get this money out in LA, get some of that Cali sun. I ain't say Cali Bud, I said Cali sun. So he signs a 3-year deal, making $100-some million. And this realization came in. My man's salary for this year is getting ready to be $40 million. So my brother-in-law puts in the chat, talking to family, the Pittsburgh Pirates' entire organization's salaries, $37 million. Pittsburgh, how do you expect to field a team? First of all, your highest player is making 11 mil. Your second highest player is suspended, making 7 mil. And you have nobody making over 4 mil. You are a professional baseball team. You've sold off everybody that you can possibly sell off to anybody. But just trying to get the realization that one man is about to go out in LA and make more than the entire Pittsburgh Pirates. If I was on that team, I'm asking out. I don't want to be a part of it. Unless I'm a scrub and I just want to get some time, I just want to get some burn in the MLB. But other than that, I need out of there. I can't do it. But Pittsburgh, you got the Penguins, you got the Steelers, you got the fans of the Pittsburgh Pirates, but the team just don't care. Now, how are you in a Steel City who's got Steeler bars all over the place, and you're not even trying to field a competitive team? That's garbage. I know that you own, and I'm not going to call them out, some properties. And I'm guessing Seven Springs. I'm sorry, I said it. I'm guessing Seven Springs and some of those places must not have did too well because it's a fire sale in Pittsburgh. They're not paying anybody. You want money? Don't come here. You want to play? You can come here, but don't expect no money Come on, man. Listen, I'm ready to get into it. I just had to talk about this real quick because I don't understand how a professional team can't even pay the collective group of their players more than one player is getting. That's why y'all garbage.
Well, I mean, what do you expect, man? That's why everybody was upset with the Pirates when they had those 2 years where they were freaking going nuts, winning all these games. But your boy Bob Nutting, he didn't want to do nothing. So you know where that money going? Straight to the pocket. Let's go. So, anyways, well, let's get into it, man. Um, so, man, before we get into the questions and stuff, man, listen, uh, I just wanted to bring up something real quick. Something that these guys are going to get a laugh out of. So, we just saw one of our favorite games maybe coming back to the market. This is where I would say that all three of us probably started to bond the most on college football, even though Jarrell used to cheat.
I'm just good.
College football
I'm just good.
is coming back. It's coming back. And yo, so whenever that come back, yo, we're gonna have to get on the podcast and we're gonna have to see what people's skills at. I guess I'm the only one that's probably been playing video games. The other two ain't been doing nothing but
Reading stops.
changing diapers and reading stocks.
Listen, I bought 4 books, bro. 4 books on stocks.
Ooh.
I'm on my educating.
We
I
didn't
was
know.
thinking about you, Jarrell, because I know you said you've been like you be watching the videos, and that's how you learn. I learned by doing my books and taking my notes. So I bought 4 books. I can't wait for them to come in. I'm ready.
Stimulate your mind. It's
That.
Friday.
And what I don't know if y'all saw the Senate is going through the bill for the 1400. So
I saw that.
yeah.
I'm just talking about. I'm just talking about. Hey, man, they just need to go ahead and wipe out that student loan debt. That's what I'm talking about.
That too.
Let's go.
But give me that
Hey.
$1,400 check. Stock market. Here I come.
Dry powder.
That.
And not the kind I use.
Gold bond. All right. So, anyways, let's get to the first topic. So, yes, today's going to be heavy football because of the Super Bowl. So, the first question is there is this the best two quarterbacks to ever play in the Super Bowl? What are your thoughts?
Hey man. So I'm not going first, but I gotta preface it for our audience and talk about obviously we got Tom Brady versus Patrick Mahomes. Some of the great duos, you had Joe Montana versus John Elway. You had Tom Brady versus Eli Manning. You had Joe Montana versus Dan Marino. You had John Elway versus Brett Favre. Peyton Manning versus Drew Brees. We can go newer. Matt Ryan, Tom Brady. Russell Wilson, Tom Brady. Troy Aikman and Jim Kelly. Peyton Manning, Cam Newton. You know, Cam. One of the best quarterbacks ever, Cam. And then Ben Roethlisberger, Kurt Warner, and Tom Brady versus Donovan McNabb. Oh, and I forgot, Aaron Rodgers versus Ben Roethlisberger. So that's just to name a few to our audience. But Fade, if you want to take it, I can holler at second.
Yeah. I'll take it real quick. So I appreciate you giving off that list because I wasn't gonna say no. I don't think this is the best duo out of everybody you named. Off of that list, I might have to go Brett Favre and John Elway, and that might be a little bias on my part because that was kind of when I had just really started watching football and everything like that was at towards the end. I originally was a Broncos fan when I first started watching because I liked John Elway, and so I remember him back in the day. I like John Elway and TD, and so I
And look, and
remember
look how he treated your boy
who
Tebow.
Tebow. I know, man. He was very disrespectful to Tebow. Very disrespectful to Tebow. Um, so while I do obviously think these two are good, for me maybe Tom Brady a couple years ago. Not saying Tom Brady is trash. I just don't think he's as good as he once was. So if Brady maybe was still some more in his prime, I might consider it that because Patty Mahomes is on another level, a whole nother level type of a quarterback, and he's not even 26 yet. It's your phone speaking. So you have a new message. Yeah, I don't think they're the best duo. I gotta go John Elway, Brett Favre.
Man, so this is easy for me. It's clear and simple. Tom Brady versus Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback matchup that we've seen in the Super Bowl. And I, I'm not going to sit here right now and 100% claim that Tom Brady is the GOAT because this is a conversation for another day. But what I will say is when you look at the accomplishments of what Tom Brady has done, if you look at the way that Tom Brady leads the team and talk about his leadership, you are talking about one of the best. And then you have Patrick Mahomes, who I think anybody can say, yeah, listen, Aaron Rodgers is a great quarterback, but Aaron Rodgers is not Patrick Mahomes. I think Patrick Mahomes is just on another level from anything that we've seen. So in saying that and in looking at that, I mean, there were some really, really, really good Super Bowl matchups. I mean, just top quarterbacks. You can say, Joe Montana and John Elway. I mean, great, really, really, really good quarterbacks. But at the end of the day, I'm not. It's not coming close. The only other one that I would say that's close is Dan Marino and Joe Montana. Dan Marino is by far my favorite quarterback of all time. Um, I think if he played in this era, I mean, you're talking about 4,000, 5,000 yards a season. He was just a little bit before his time. Um, but that's probably close as far as talent, leadership, all the intangibles going against each other in a sense, in the same game. But for me, you got probably close to the GOAT and the one that I believe will be the GOAT coming up.
So, do I think that this is the greatest or the best quarterbacks to play in the Super Bowl? I would say no. Even though Tom Brady is probably the best guy to ever play at the quarterback position, just off of what he's been able to do, being at 10 Super Bowls, winning six. Patrick Mahomes, an icon at the position, and basically transcend and kind of basically trailblaze the quarterback position with just his ability and what he can do. What I would say that this is this is almost kind of like the most popular and the most hated quarterback to probably play. Yeah, Patrick Mahomes. He is, you say Patrick Mahomes, almost any and everybody know who he is, and he hasn't done anything to not the only thing he has done for people not to like him is win, and his greatness and how people may be jealous. But for the most part, there's nothing that you could say about him. You can't, like, he's almost kind of like LeBron. Like, he does what he's supposed to do. He's not getting in trouble. He's just a all around. You're just like, man, what does this dude do? Does he just play football and go home and just sit in the room? And like, he just you can't say anything bad about him. Then on the other hand, you have Tom Brady, where people do not like Tom Brady. You say Tom Brady in Pittsburgh, and boy, they be like, "Well, I wish he died," because he just put fear. He put fear in the Pittsburgh Steelers fans, in their team, man, and then also with the whole the floodgate, all that. I mean, I'm sorry, not floodgate, but
Oh,
basically the
Deflategate.
yeah, Flakegate. Thank you. With the balls being inflated, deflated, and all that stuff or whatever. So, and then also with Belichick cheating and stuff like that. So I would say that this is probably the most like loved and the most hated, far as when it comes to quarterbacks. Because I never seen that really too much. Um, and also I think that uh, and then it's almost kind of like the old, like you have like the ushering of the old era and ushering in the new era as well. So when I say like had these are these the best, uh, can't take anything away from any one of them. They are great at what they do, but I think in the future, and I'm trying to think like I really like the Aaron Rodgers and Ben. I think that was a good matchup, because they were both in their prime. They both were, really good. Um, but that's kind of where I stand at. But I will say this because I heard you say something about Aaron Rodgers and you don't think he on that level. If Aaron Rodgers had the weapons that Patrick has or Tom Brady has, woo, it would be it would be dangerous. It would be dangerous. So let's go ahead and stop right there. Let's go ahead and get into the next one. Put that next 5 minutes on the clock. So the next question is, so with the Super Bowl, so everybody know Bucks versus the Chiefs. What are the keys to the game? Like, how are the Bucks gonna win, or how are the Chiefs gonna win? Like, what are the keys to the game?
Oh man. Um, mm, honestly, when I'm going back and forth, and I'm a coach by trade, it's what I love to do. I play the sport, love it. Looking at X's and O's, I really think that there's two parts. It's going to be the Chiefs running game, because to me, you need to keep Brady off the field as much as you can. And I think it's going to be the Tampa Bay defense being able to make timely stops on third down. That is the only way that I think that Tampa Bay can win this game, is if Tampa Bay finds a way. Because listen, Tom Brady's going to do Tom Brady. He may throw a pick, he may throw two picks, but Tom Brady's going to have his team, what I would say, rearing and ready to go in that fourth quarter. And whether they're down or whether they're up or whether they're, losing by 20, he's going to have them poised for a comeback. And you're going to have to make some key stops against Patrick Mahomes, because what we saw last week against the Buffalo Bills, that's the best they've played. And that just means that they're that dangerous. And then Tom Brady, we know that Kansas City can throw the ball. We know that. We know they got weapons. But what people don't realize is they have Le'Veon Bell in the backfield and Clyde Edwards-Helaire in the backfield and Williams in the backfield. So you have three capable backs that all can run and catch the ball out of the backfield. I think their ability to run, they have to run because you have to slow down the pass rush. First of all, Kansas City Chiefs are missing their top two tackles. They're starters, period. So you have to stop down that pass rush because Todd Bowles is a blitzer. Todd Bowles like to blitz you, like to get his matchups one on one and say, go beat his tail. So the only way you do that is with a run game where they can't choose a side. They gotta play gap integrity. That's the only way that I believe that you can beat the Tampa Bay Bucks if you are the Kansas City Chiefs is to fortify your run game or your short passing game just to get those guys where they got to then backtrack and retrace their steps. But either way, those are my keys.
Fade.
So to me, my keys of the game kind of are in line with yours, but I don't believe that they necessarily have to run the ball. I think who has to run the ball more is the Bucks. I think the key to the game is for Tom Brady to keep Patty Mahomes on the sideline. And so I think that's going to take a lot of the Bucks running backs to do their part to keep drives long. I think if the Bucks go, you know, boom 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 score, I know the linebackers are good and all that stuff. I know Tampa Bay has a good defense. I have a lot of faith in Patty Mahomes. But I believe if Brady goes boom 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 score, I believe Patty can answer that boom 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 score because he's done that with to me with Tom Brady. I know different coaches because he did that when it was the Chiefs versus the Pats a couple years ago. To me, if you think about it, and I didn't even realize this, and I was listening to the first take, but they said like Patrick Mahomes in essence could be in 3 straight Super Bowls right now. He did not get the ball back in his first year.
Yep.
If he got the ball
Yep.
back, the momentum they had, they're probably scoring and would have went away and won that game for sure. So that's why I think for Tom Brady and Tom Brady's gone against Patty Mahomes plenty of times now. I know they faced each other this year, but even from the AFC, so Tom Brady knows that I have to go out and put up points. And if Tom Brady comes out and throws picks, I know like even if it's tip balls, whatever, if that happens, Patty Mahomes is gonna cash in on him. So I just feel to me the key is Tom Brady going out and getting them ready and letting them know we have to go out and score and we have to go out and keep our foot on the Chiefs because the Chiefs got experience too coming back in the Super Bowl. Not they did it all last year in the playoffs and then even came back down in the Super Bowl. So they don't have fear, they don't have worry if they go down by 10 or 17 points that they're out of the game. So Brady's gonna have to let them know if we go up 17, we gotta keep it on their throat like it's still 0-0. Cause them boys ain't scared. So I think that is the key to me because and that goes with like the Chiefs, all of them being there. Brady's been here, but the Chiefs have all been here except for a couple of guys. So they know. So to me that's a big key.
Yeah.
Well, so my keys to the game is the Bucks defense has to contain um, Patrick Mahomes. Um, they are going to have to get to the quarterback and keep him on his back. What teams have not been able to do this season. With them having both tackles out, that is a huge upside for the Tampa Bay Bucks defense. Um, the Chiefs defense is not that good, so I'm not really worried about that. I think that they're suspect. They do have some good pieces on there, but for the most part, they suspect. So I think the biggest thing is if the Bucks want to win, the D line, and that front seven, they're going to have to be able to go and get the quarterback, and they cannot let Tyreek Hill get 203 yards or whatever he had in the first half. Like that cannot happen. Regardless of the fact, I mean, they only beat the Bucks. I think it was what week 13 or 9 or something. They only beat them by 3 points, and they were up. I think 17-3 in the first half or something. So they 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 definitely could do it. They're just gonna have to do that. For the Chiefs to win, they're gonna have to make sure that they stop Brady. Like they're gonna have to make him they're gonna have to force him to turn the ball over. They're gonna have to get pressure on him and get him off his spot. Because if he just has time and he has all day to just throw the ball, it's gonna be a wrap. Because they don't have the personnel to keep up with the Bucks offense, which most people have problems with because you have just too many weapons, man. You can go three tight end set and just run the ball. And then you think about it, yeah, they got Le'Veon Bell, but then we end up getting another running back. So we have two running backs in the backfield that can really do what they need to do, and they can run the ball. Fournette and Jones, them boys beasts. So yeah, it's going to be a good game. But so my
Do
those are my
do
keys.
you think? Quick question. Do you think now we all laud Eric Bieniemy as being creative, and we know Andy Reid has his part in the offensive play call. Them being down their two tackles, you don't think they're gonna account for that in their offense with quick plays, and they got a lot of athletes on the Chiefs side to do some very creative things to try to take as much pressure off the tackles as possible.
So, but
So
I was going to say, but playing offensive line, Fade. Um, what happens when you trying to do something and then now you lose 4 yards, you use 3 yards, and guess what? Now you got to throw the ball. Then what? Because all that creativity go out the door when you got to get these yards, and when they got to stand up by themselves, unless have you're gonna be having your tight ends chipping and helping block, or maybe you're doing that with your running backs. But then that's even great because now you got less people en route
Mm.
because you gotta help protect the weak areas. So, um, yeah, I get that, but when it comes to third and long and it's second and long, yeah, you can only run the ball and you can only do so many circus tricks for so long.
and Fave, I was going to counteract just a little differently, and Jared Allen kind of talked about this week, um, where he talked about the two tackles being replaced, and he said, you know, the difficult thing is when you're a starting tackle, you have so much game film on you that you see guy try this move, that move, you know what they are, but when a backup comes in, he may not know. He may not know how to deal with a bull rush per se. So because you're coming up and under, he may try to grab you, twist you, move you. You may try to do a swim move, and he's not reacting how that starter would have reacted that you watched all that game film on. And to him, he said it's almost and it's an advantage because you don't have that starter there, but it's also can be a disadvantage because you're gonna have to work that game now. You're gonna have to work your moves early in the game, all of them, and show him basically your toolbox to figure out what he can and can't deal with. It.
Mm.
Think about it. You know this tackle isn't good with the speed rush. Okay, well, majority of the time I'm a speed rusher and then I'm gonna throw in, an X, Y, and Z. Well, now you got a guy in there, and when he said that, I'm like, I didn't think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Now again, if the dude's garbage, the dude's garbage. It ain't gonna mean anything. But hey, you in the NFL, so that means that you got a little bit of talent, a little
Yeah.
bit of skill. So, um, yeah.
Okay.
All right, so let's go ahead and go to the next question. What are you the most excited about when it comes to the game? I'll go first. I'll go first on this one. I'll make it short and simple and put the 5 minutes on that real quick. So, what am I most towards the end of the game? when they say, "Hey, you are the Super Bowl champions." That's what I'm the most excited about. Bringing home our second Super Bowl world champion to Tampa Bay, Florida. Let's go.
Well, I'm not down there in Tampa, but I'm gonna say this: the thing I'm most excited about is you basically got a home game, Tampa, and I want to see if home field gives you home field advantage. I understand they can't fire the cannon, whatever, but I want to see if that is an actual advantage to be able to play in your building, a building that you know, the area you know. You got to practice at your normal practice facility. Nothing changed for you. So that's what I'm most excited to see if they come out and put on for the city of Tampa for being the first ever home Super Bowl participant.
Interesting. Okay. So for me, I'm excited to see, and what I'm ready to see because see, he had to go against Tom Brady in the AFC and all of that. So now on the biggest stage of them all, in front of the world, Patty Mahomes can take that mantle from Tom Brady and say, "I yes, this is my league now. I am the best player in the game. I am the best quarterback," and beat Tom Brady in his own house. And who I forgot who Marcus White friend is. He all up in YouTube talking about some Tampa and Bucks Nation. He about to get banned. Coming in here and chat. Nah, I'm messing with
Yeah, come on, Michael.
you.
Yeah, tell the
But
boys.
overall, truth be told, I'm excited for the game, man. Like, um, the Super Bowl is just always a good time and stuff. It's generally always a good game unless it's Cam Newton who don't like to jump on fumbles or anything like that. That was probably one of the most lamest Super Bowls I ever freaking watched. But other than that, the game is always exciting. Um, and I feel whatever you're gonna get when Tom Brady is in the Super Bowl, you're going to get an exciting game. Like you can watch stories unfold and stuff like that during the Super Bowl. So I think that's exciting. He's what do you call it? A showman. Tom Brady to me is a showman.
Yeah.
Whether the game is 10-10 and it's a knock him out, drag him out, he's in that and he comes up with the big play like he did with Gronk back in that one Super Bowl. The one time Gronk shows up that game, they get that on third and what it was like third and forever, and he hits that. Or you get an absolute shootout between him and Nick Foles, but Tom Brady shows up and does what he got to do. So I do respect him in that nature of being a showman, and I think we're going to get a good game. I still think like if he has to match throw for throw with Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady gonna go down fighting. Throw for throw for sure.
All right, sound good. I'm also excited to see the Super Bowl ads. See those commercials.
Robin Hood got a
Hopefully,
Super Bowl ad. I don't know if y'all knew that. Yeah, they
I saw that.
decided to go with yeah.
I
Yep.
saw that. How about they can give me some money? How about that?
That's why they stopped GME, man. They had to pay for that Super Bowl ad. They have enough money to cover.
There you go.
Please sponsor us because we need to put this ad out. But all right, so the next question is this one's going to be very interesting to hear. So, what under the radar player or players will impact the game? So, what player are you thinking that's going to impact the game that is not a household name?
Dante, I'll let you take it if you want to take it, sir. You the home man.
Man, all right. So for the Bucks, I think it's going to be OJ Howard on the offense. I think he is going to. I think he's going to play a big part in this game. Everybody's worried about what. Sorry, time So everybody's worried about what Gronk is going to do, and this. I think Gronk is going to definitely have a good game, but I think OJ Howard is going to come up with some big plays. He's going to do some stuff to surprise people. Um, on the defense side of the ball, um, it is kind of hard to pick because everybody's kind of getting talked about. But I'm going to go with Whitehead. I think Whitehead is going to do some. Shout out to PA. He went to Penn State, Pittsburgh. I think he going. I think he going to do some special today. I'm sorry, Sunday. He's going to do some special things on Sunday. May even have a pick. Come up with a forced fumble. He's going to do something to kind of turn the game around. But those would be my two underrated. Um, Kansas City. I really don't know. I really don't know about Kansas City. I, pretty much on offense, man. Maybe I say Le'Veon Bell because he hasn't really been doing anything. He hasn't really been showing people much, and I know a lot of people probably sleeping on him. But Le'Veon, I think he's still a beast. So I would say if I had to pick anybody on the offense, it would probably be Lev Bell. Um, Defensive wise, I would probably go with their rookie corner. I believe his last name is Sneed. I want to say, and I think I think he may have some pass breakups. I don't think Tom Brady gonna throw any picks. No
Is
picks.
I mean,
Zero.
if King on the field, then they really ain't got to worry about it.
If who?
If King, your boy
King
King
who?
from Green Bay, corner.
Oh.
Yeah, if King on the field, then it's a done deal.
But yeah, so those would be
So,
my picks, man. That's who I would pick.
so this is from what my memory. The Tampa Bay Bucks have a corner. I believe it's Jamal Dean
Number
runs a
35.
4-3 runs a 4-3-40 and didn't play in that first game against the Kansas City Chiefs.
Mm.
That's my X factor. I'm not saying that he can keep up with Cheetah, but you got another cat to run at Cheetah. I'm just saying, I think that he is going to be hands down the under the radar. People don't know his name now, but by the end of this Super Bowl, I got a feeling you might know his name. And then if I'm gonna go for the Kansas City Chiefs, Tyrann Mathieu. Um, I call him under the radar simply because he just plays safety. Um, but I think that he is going to impact this game. Now he's small, but he's feisty. I think I would consider him like a Tom Brady mentality wise on the opposite side of the ball. He is a dog. I mean, he loves ball and he loves teams. So those are my two. Fabe, I throw it to you.
So for me, I'm gonna go with for the Chiefs. I'm gonna say the Chiefs front seven, because as Dante's
Mm.
already alluded to, that the Chiefs D he ain't worried about him. So we already know the weapons that Tom Brady has at his disposal. So I think if the front seven can do their job and get some pressure and get Tom Brady off his timing, because we know he's all about timing and hitting that back foot and getting that ball out of there. So that front seven, this is going to be huge for them to do their part to take some of that pressure off the corners so they're not out there all day, trying to cover these guys. For the Bucks, and I don't even know his name, but I've heard a lot of people talk about him. Was 45
Oh, White.
for White?
Oh, yeah.
So I know his name's getting put out there, but to me, I guess he would need to be, because you going against one of the best. So what better time to show up and show out and put your name on the map than to show up against the best and do what he got to do. So I think he can do that because I've been hearing his name a lot, a lot.
He's a nasty dude, man. He's a nasty dude.
All right. So we got a couple more. All right. So what coaching staff you picking? The Bucks or the Chiefs? Make it quick. What you got?
Like for this game, or if I'm a owner.
Yeah, if you're going into the Super Bowl and you had to pick out of the two, what coaching staff you picking?
Andy Reid, been there.
Wow.
He's been here, done it. I'm an offensive guy. I know y'all defense wins championships, but I'm an offensive guy, and I think that he could get it done. So out of these two, I would pick him. I don't know. I'm not a Bruce Arians guy.
Hold up,
I'm a
hey,
look,
hold up, Jarrell. You said, "Oh, you guys are defensive guys." How did Rams won the Super Bowl, bro? Hmm? Hmm?
Kurt Warner, Marshall Faulk,
Huh?
Isaac
Huh?
Bruce, Torrey Holt.
Huh? Hold up.
Need I continue?
Didn't they stop the boy at the one Dyson?
They did. They did.
Oh,
But didn't we have to
so
score? Didn't we have
don't
to
be
score?
coming with that, huh?
Didn't we have to score?
Yeah, but hey, if they don't score, they don't win. Don't be trying to put defense on blast.
Whatever.
I'm going BA all the way, man. I'm going
Yeah.
Bruce Arians. There's a swagger that I like about him.
Yeah.
I can't even put my finger on it. I liked him when he was with Pittsburgh. I felt like he made Ben Roethlisberger better, and I like the way that he challenged Brady. Um, I look at Andy Reid and like when things aren't going right, he just looks flustered, like highs and lows type thing. Where BA's like, hey, listen, it's the course of a game, but we gonna ball out. So real quick, that's it. I'm going BA.
And then he gonna blame Tom Brady like he was early in the season.
Hey, Tom Brady wasn't playing good. He wasn't. He wasn't lying. He wasn't lying.
This is a tough one, man, because I like Andy Reid. I like when he was with the Eagles and what he brought to the table. And Bruce Arians, I really didn't like him until he got to the Cardinals, and I watched. It was on Prime. I think
Amazon
what was it?
Prime.
Amazon Prime. Thank you. And they had All or for Nothing or something, and they had the Cardinals on there, and I watched that, and I was like, man, I really like this dude. I was like, he's one of those coaches where, we talk about all the time, like, you want a coach that's gonna give you that love, but at the same time, they gonna keep it real with you. But at the same time, you're gonna see that they care for you. And so you just want to do whatever you want to do. Hey, coach, what you say? Run through the wall? Hey, let's go. We run through the wall. And so that's the kind of coach he reminds me of. It's just like one of those coaches like, man, I'll do anything for this dude because he cares and he wants me to be successful. And he's going to show, appreciation. So,
And he's from
if
PA.
huh?
I said, and he's from the area I'm in. He's from York, PA. He's from this area.
Oh, I thought he was from West Virginia.
Nah, he's just a short little story. One of my coworkers, his wife's family is related to Bruce Arians. So yeah, he's from this little old area.
So if I had to pick, because he's been there and done it too, just not at the head coaching role. He did it when he was an assistant coach. But I think I would pick Bruce Arians too. I just think that his coaching staff is a lot more well-rounded, because they got all of the
Yes.
offensive stuff, but then also on the defense side, we solid too. And to be honest, I don't even know who the chief defensive coordinator is. That's how bad they is because they don't talk about them.
Shout out to Todd Bowles.
All right, so who winning the game, fellas? I've been waiting to hear this. Who gonna win? Let's go. Don't say nothing crazy now.
Fabe,
You
I can make mine nice and easy.
go for it.
30-27 Tampa Bay.
28-24 Chiefs.
Wow. 30-0 Bucks.
Come on. You, hey, put a stock on it. You buy me and Jarrell a stock.
Hey.
Put a stock on it.
I put my free stock on it. It's like $3. Nah, real talk. So I would say Bucks 31 21 24. 31-24.
Ooh, that far of a difference. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they're gonna get with him. So who you got MVP then? MVP. Who gonna be the MVP? One from each
Tom.
team. One from each team.
If the Buccaneers win, Tom Brady's going to have to be the MVP. That he's going to have to be at that level. They always give it to quarterbacks, but Tyreek Hill.
Mm.
Well, no. Travis Kelce.
Okay.
That's who
Okay.
I was gonna say. One of those two, because I would say Tyreek Hill, because I really think they're gonna focus a lot on Kels, because they know that that's Mahomes' safety. That's his blanket. That's where he gonna try to go to in times of danger. So I would say Tyreek, and then for the Bucks, I agree. If the Bucks win, it's gonna be Brady.
It's got to be Brady.
All right. I got Leonard Fournette for the Bucks. And I think it's going if they win, it's gonna be Patrick Mahomes. Nah, it's gonna be Patrick. All right, Fabe, on you.
All right, everybody. This is the last segment of the show. This is the deep thought segment. So in this segment, we want to take your guys' questions, comments. You can tell us even, who you guys got picked for this week, why, and we'll give you guys our deep thought on it. So first, I want to mention Mr. Marcus White. I guess he's picking the Bucks coaching staff. He says Bucks coaching staff is all black besides head coach. I didn't know that. I did not
Oh
know
yeah.
that.
Okay. And they got a what women's strength and conditioning coach.
Yeah.
I knew that.
Hey, they can
And
hit
D
me up.
line coach.
Yeah, I come
And D line coach.
a woman D line coach.
Yeah, their D line coach is a female as well.
Okay.
I don't have anything on the Facebook side, fellas. Fabe, unless you got anything else, we can do some parting shots.
No, that's all I got.
All right, man. Well, so just a real quick, if the Super Bowl, if the home team curse is broken, well, I shouldn't say broken, it's already broken. But if they come out and win, do either of you foresee in the future teams being able to get over that hump as the Bucks just did? Because I think that's pressure when the Super Bowl is inside of your house to play well enough to be able to play at home. Do you guys think that this may start happening more often? Now, obviously, with where the Super Bowls are, you know, you got to be Miami or warm weather cities. But do you see this happening again?
Not for a long
For me,
time.
no. Yeah, yeah. I don't see any time, no time soon.
Vegas. When Vegas gets that Super Bowl, Vegas is going to be in the Super Bowl. Market.
I wouldn't be surprised.
John
Put some
Gruden, baby.
put some stock on it. Send me
All
some.
right, fellas. Well, hey, Zom to the moon.
That,
I appreciate y'all fellas today, man. Great show. Enjoyed ourselves. Enjoy the Super Bowl, everybody. Somebody's gonna get that dub and say, we're going to Disney. Well, you ain't going to Disney, COVID.
Hey, they can go to Disney, man. I'm trying to get some Disney stock. Let's go. Oh yeah, hey man. Shout out to my boy Marcus White, man, who I always be giving the business on Mad 21 and Mad 20. But my dog came on here. I appreciate the support. And stop beating up on my cousin Mike. It ain't cool. Let's go.
Fade, last words.
All right, everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the Deep Third Sports Podcast. You guys enjoy the Super Bowl. Stay safe out there, and we will catch you all next week.
Go
Like,
Bucks.
subscribe.